Hey guys, I'm going through some major life changes at the moment, so I'm sorry if I'm looking a little bit rough. I just didn't really feel like doing my hair or changing my clothes. I'm in my pajamas and this is just gonna be a very chill video playing with makeup, so let's go. Hey guys, editing Rita here because I forgot to talk about this. In case you haven't seen my previous video, the reason that I just completely disappeared off the internet, in case you're wondering, my account was wrongfully terminated for spam. So I was unable to access my account or to record videos for months. 2 months to be exact, and I thought I was never going to get my account back, but I did. In the meantime, I also renovated my room, but I'm still in the same room that I was before. Got a new SD card so I can record videos in better quality. Also got myself a neon sign. So I'm very excited with the changes, and although I'm not going to have this background for long, I'm going to explain it all later, probably a video at the end of the month, but for now this is my background and I kind of love my room. I don't want to leave, but I'm going to make the most of it while I can. So today we're diving into the Sheglam Rick and Morty collection. First of all, I've got to say this is the biggest flipping PR box I've ever seen in my life. This feels like the biggest box that they've ever done. It's ridiculously heavy and it feels kind of sturdy. I've had this thing sitting around for 2 months because I couldn't record videos. So for the next few weeks, I'm gonna attempt to catch up. Okay, so here's a close-up at the box. It honestly looks very well thought out in all angles. So the original price of this in euros for me was 73.99, but I got a discount for 57.13, so I always get discounts with the Sheglam collections. That's honestly the best part because you never end up, at least I never end up paying full size for it. But yeah, now that we've seen the outside of this, let's open this up. There it goes. I'll clean it up later. Here's the lid, and here's a first sneak peek at it. They give us a little card talking about everything in the collection. First off, there's a Rick hairband. I honestly didn't remember that there was a hairband in here, but that is very handy because I don't have anything in my hair. How do I look? Maybe I should start wearing this on a regular basis. Honestly, it doesn't feel too tight, which means that it's not going to hurt my head, and it's very plushy. So here's the first tier of the box. You have a little palette and pressing powder. I always like to save the palette for last, but I feel like this time around we're going to do it first. Here's a close-up of the palette. It changes the image. I'm not a regular Rick and Morty watcher, but I do enjoy watching these types of adult TV shows, and this feels like it hits right on the theme. Even the inside of the box has things. Here's a close-up at the palette, and I have to show you it with the film protector because oh my god. It has the characters getting into all kinds of shenanigans, and honestly, I love it. But when you take it off, this is how it looks like on the inside. Honestly, I feel like the assortment of colors really complements the show. You have light blues and lilacs, some yellow, some green. I'm a fan of this color, sorry. Especially this shade over here that looks like it's going to be really sparkly. Swatch-wise, it swatched really easily. What you see is with 2 coats, so super easy, super pigmented, no problems there. Next up, we have the Never Rick and Morty setting powder. And the back real quick. The inside of the box also has a pattern. And here's the powder on the inside. I have no idea if you're going to be able to see, but this is very trippy because depending on how the light hits it, it shifts. I'm curious to see if this is an overspray, so I'm gonna swatch it. Actually, no, the image is still intact. Interesting. This is just setting powder, but I'm gonna swatch it anyway. You probably can't tell, but it felt very soft. Here we have the second layer. Alright, next up we have a little mirror. It feels sturdy, like this is very sturdy silicone. And it's 3D. Just gonna peel the protector off. That didn't do much. I can easily see my whole face with it, so it's a win. Gonna use this today. Next up we have the Mr. Me6 Beauty Sponge. The inside of this box also looks really fun. I freaking love this sponge. It feels really soft and bouncy. And on the back it just has the branding and a little slope. I feel like this is gonna be a good foundation sponge once I wet it. We'll test it out in a bit. This is the Mr. Sanchez Cream Blush, and I honestly am the most excited for this. Look at this thing! It is quite literally the inside of Rick's brain. Their attention to detail with this, honestly, I just can't. I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Sheglam always kills it with the packaging and the formulas. Gonna do a little swatch. Ooh, I like the color. It's kind of like a peach. I've destroyed Rick's brain now, but I'm sure he doesn't mind. Final close-up before we move on because I just cannot get over this. And here's the final layer. Honestly, who comes up with this stuff? Because they deserve a raise. This is a Pickle Rick setting spray and it's quite literally in the shape of a pickle. Here's how the sprayer looks like, pretty standard. Let's see how it mists. Pretty fine actually. And I'm pretty sure this is supposed to smell like cucumber because it does. Ooh. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of cucumbers. I use them, I'm not the biggest fan, but I really hate pickles. So I'm glad that this doesn't smell like pickles, but there's like a light to medium scent of cucumber in this. Still, it's not overpowering, so I'm 100% gonna be wearing this if it works. Here's the final item in the box, and I'm kind of sad that it's over. This has been so fun. Honestly, I missed making videos. Here's the inside of the box with all the different lip glosses. First up, we have the Family Counseling lip gloss. Here's a swatch of it. It looks like a straight brownie mauve. Oh no, I accidentally decapitated the gloss. Sorry. Luckily, these caps are removable, so if you wanted the lip gloss without a head, you can get it. But yeah, this is sad. It quite literally broke. I'm gonna try to be more careful. By the way, this first shade name was Jerry. This one is Morty. And here's a swatch. I would describe this as a brown with little bits of shimmer. Next up, we have Rick, and this one is so fun. It's iridescent and it has so much glitter. I want to use this one so badly. I don't think the camera will do it justice, but honestly, the sparkle. Oh, I love this shade. Yep, I'm using this. This one is Summer. I'd say this is just a normal rosy gloss. Here's a swatch of Summer. And lastly, we have Beth, and this one is also super sparkly. Ooh, I have a feeling I'm gonna like this one too. And here are all 5 of them. I'm honestly obsessed with Morty and Beth. I like the others too, but in terms of glosses, I prefer sparkly, so these 2 have my heart. But yeah, that was everything in the collection, and I have absolutely nothing to point out. I think Sheglam did an awesome job, but obviously I cannot recommend this to you without trying it out, so I'm gonna go at this guy, I'm gonna zoom you all in, and we're gonna do the face. Psych! It has now been 2 days. I changed my camera angle a little bit because I was unhappy with it, but I hope this looks better. So here's the sponge after wetting it, and it actually doubled in size. I wasn't expecting it to grow as much, but I do feel like I'm gonna be able to do my whole face quite quickly. Okay, I've got some foundation on my face, and now we're gonna blend. I don't know how long this took, but it was actually really fast. Also, I don't feel like the sponge soaked up that much product. Gonna do my concealer now. It was just as quick with the concealer and it gave me good coverage, so this is a nice little sponge. Next up, we're gonna take the powder. Firstly, I'm gonna set under my eyes. Forgot to take this peel off. I'm gently setting it under the eyes. You know what? I actually feel like it really brightened my under eyes. It doesn't say that it's a brightening powder, but that's a nice little side effect, I guess. Now I'm grabbing a bigger brush and I'm doing my whole face. I just remembered that we have a cream blush to try. Oh no. I hope it performs well on top of powder, because if it doesn't, it's my fault. In regards to the powder itself, I feel like it did a good job. My skin texture isn't emphasized at all. I don't know how it is in terms of longevity, but we'll figure it out by the end of the video. Next up, the blush. I think I'm gonna do 2 dots, and then I'm gonna blend them out. I hope that's not too much. 1, 2. God, I hope this blends, because otherwise I'm gonna look like a clown. I'm gonna take the sponge, and I'm gonna blend. It just covered it up completely. What? This side went a smidge better, but not by much at all. I'm gonna have to try this a different way. Instead of putting it on my face, I'm gonna put it directly onto the sponge. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but we'll give it a go. There we go. Adding it onto the sponge worked much better. I really like this color on me. As far as I can tell, the blush didn't take off my foundation underneath, despite having powdered. The consistency is not really matte because there's a dew to it. Yeah, it looks good, I like it. I added a little bit of bronzer and now it's time for the palette. I think I'm feeling the blues and the greens today. I'm gonna start by taking the shade Planet Squash on a blending brush. Kicking off the excess. Now I'm blending it in the socket of my crease. It's got good pigment and it doesn't seem to need much blending at all. I'm now going to take the shade Bird Person and I'm just going to add it above where I placed the blue. So far so good. I'm going to use the shade Wrinkle in Time to blend out the green. I don't know which two of these shades I want to do because they give off totally different vibes. Okay, I think for the center of the lid I'm just going to use this shade. And I'm placing it quite low because I don't want it to cover the blend that I just did. Yes. And now for the inner corner, I am taking the shade Two Crows. I'm bringing it outwards because I want to really shine. On this very little edge, just for fun, I'm going to add a little bit more of the light blue. And I'm also using this shade as my highlighter. It is so shiny as a highlighter. It just goes to show you that anything can be a highlighter. Alright, as usual, I'm gonna finish my other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, both eyes are now done, and before we move on to the lips, I'm gonna use the setting spray. I'll be honest, the smell of this ever so slightly bothers me, but it disappears eventually, so I will use it up. I will, but not my favorite scent. Let's see. Oh god, I really smell it. Okay. I'm fanning it to help it dry. You know what? It refreshed me. Longevity-wise, I can't really speak for it. It dried quickly. My makeup doesn't seem to be rubbing off. For the smell alone, I wouldn't repurchase it, but it does seem like a good setting spray. So if you like the smell of pickles/cucumbers, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I have lined my lips, and now it's time for the gloss. I've zoomed you in so you can see a little better. And now let's do this. Oh my god. Shut up. I really hope you can see just how sparkly this is. I'm in love with this. It has so many specks of blue, green, and purple. Yep. Buy this. Now for the finale, I'm taking this off. And here's the final look. Alright, you guys, that was it for the entire collection. Let's do a recap. This mirror I used throughout the whole thing. It is very nice. You can see your whole face with this. Nothing else to say. The sponge, as I mentioned, did a great job. It is very fluffy and soft. Does not leave streaks on your face. And it's cute. This powder was good. I'm still not shiny or oily, and I'm under bright lights. So I think it's a win. Gonna continue to use this. The blush I do like. I will also keep. Maybe just don't apply it directly to your face. Use your fingers or add it to your sponge before blending. The palette I really did enjoy. I didn't get to try all the colors, of course, but the ones I did try all blended really nice, had a lot of pigment. The shimmers really did shimmer, which is my favorite part. And overall, it just seems like a cohesive palette, so I'll do more looks with this. The cucumber spray, you already know my thoughts. Buy it if you like the smell of cucumbers. If you don't, stay away from this. And lastly, the lip glosses. I didn't get to use all of them yet, but all of them seem to perform well based on the swatches. And they're a very comfortable formula. It's not an oil, but it's not sticky. Doesn't feel as heavy as some glosses out there. So yeah, I recommend these two. And that was it for the whole video. Feels good to be back. Also, if you liked this video, please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And maybe leave a comment telling me what you thought of this. Or, I don't know, just to make me irritated, just write pickles or cucumber. I hope you stay safe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!